My mixer's on its last legs.
Was trying. Yay, you got Stuart Chaffee.
Oh
Fantastic.
yeah, thanks for putting us in touch.
Oh, yeah. You know Stuart, Andy?
No.
He's the guy that did the Computer Chronicles back in the
Oh, okay. I'm
1980s.
sorry. I thought it was Stuart Shiflett. I was thinking, is that the same guy? I couldn't.
Chaffee,
Oh,
Chaffee.
Hey.
he's spectacular. Yeah, he's so interesting.
Oh, cool. I'm glad he's still around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys are gonna cover VR then and now, and where everyone wants it to go. It'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
he's got a video, Andy, on he's got all his stuff on archive.org, and in fact, he was one of the people who helped get video into archive.org. He's part of who made that happen. And he's got, I was watching his VR video from like 1982, and I swear what's cool is his commentary is exactly completely relevant to today. The thing you're looking at looks old and silly, but his conversation's not silly at all. It's not like, oh, look at how silly that is. He's a visionary. He's so interesting.
Super. I'll be sure to check it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Andy, we stick around and like come up with titles, and I edit and chat and jaw and stuff. But don't feel like you have to hang around. I know you've done a marathon stretch there.
Yeah, I'm going to get up and stretch my legs a little bit, but let's
Absolutely.
do this again sometime.
Yeah, please.
Thank you
I'd
so
love to.
much.
Thanks again.
Cheers.
Nice to see you,
Have a
Andy.
great day, everyone. Nice to see you too. Bye.
Allison, on the other hand, you can't go. No, I'm just kidding. You need
I
to.
will. I will add to what you were saying, Allison, about the Indian factory. Is that one reason why for the decline of textile industries in a lot of Central African communities is because the inundation of donated clothing from the West.
Mm.
And that literally crowds out the local manufacturing for clothes. And it's one of those things where you think, oh, this is great. We're being beneficent. We're helping out these people. But in kind of a roundabout way, we're also undercutting their local economies because now we're just flooding the market, devaluing the work that the local craftsmen or factories are doing in exchange for, I guess, goodwill.
Yeah.
Speaking of Goodwill titles. All right, expensive cat videos leads the pack. H2O plus is Na sodium plus sodium equals YouTube. Drop boxing like it's hot. It's kind of
Keeping up with the Chinese Joneses. I like that one.
Facebook only lives in the real world. Facebook promises not to erase the real world. Facebook reality distortion field. If Python eats an elephant, what kind of scripting was used?
A little long, but
Amazon Video, not so fast. Amazon Video, not your grandfather's YouTube.
there's who blocks the ad blockers. There was a double blocker one that I saw earlier. Where did that one go?
High quality cat videos, not the cat video we want. It's the cat video we need. Xiaomi is taking it to the max. Reddit paywall blues.
There it is. Steve I wrote blocking the ad blocking blockers. I thought that was pretty concise.
Blocking the ad blocking blockers.
I just moved it.
Maxing out Xiaomi. Expensive cat. Who blocks the ad blockers? Ad blockers, Reddit does.
So the main subject was the video stuff, right?
Yeah.
Expensive cat videos is pretty good.
I like it.
Yeah. Expensive cat videos for expensive taste. It's like, is it Frisky? What was the cat food that commercial where they put in a little champagne glass?
Thing, yeah.
Is that Friskies? I don't think cats really care. I think it just needs to taste good to them. A lot of that is just really playing on the ego of the owner.
Oh, I'm pretty sure all of it, right?
It's like little dog outfits. It's like dogs don't care. They have fur for a reason. And all right, so we're going with Fancy Feast. Expensive cat videos.
One, yeah. Did you pick one, Tom?
Sorry?
Did you pick one?
No. I was
Expensive cat video sounds like.
I think everyone's agreeing on expensive cat
videos. Excellent. No, I swapped some equipment around. And remember, I said I was not that we weren't seeing the everything in audio hijack earlier.
Yeah.
Well, it only recorded my mic.
Oh no.
So
No.
I'm getting the backup recording out, which is why
I
was
almost
slightly
said, do you want me to record too? Because I can
No,
always do that.
I actually have a backup recording, so
Okay.
it's fine. But I had to go. It's not the normal procedure.
You know, people were saying in the chat room that you sounded muffled. You didn't sound muffled to me, though. But I have crappy headphones on.
Well, you sound like you did yesterday when you had the issue, so I thought it was just the same.
You sounded great at my house, by the way.
With your setup?
Yeah. And I guess what I would say is it sounded exactly the same, which I thought was good. You can tell I'm proud of my brother in his Invictus Games thing. He's the coach of the wheelchair basketball team for the Wounded Warriors for the Coast Guard and Navy.
How
And
are they
then when
doing?
they go to
Oh, nice.
Invictus, he's for the whole U.S.
Are they proceeding? Have they played? Where are they at?
Yeah, they're doing really well. He says that they're going to play the Netherlands in the semifinals, but he says the Netherlands will never make it across the center line until they decide to start letting him because they feel sorry for him, and that they'll end up playing Britain for the gold on Thursday.
So he thinks they're much better than Netherlands.
Yeah, and he's not all bluster.
All right.
Some bluster.
It's just marginal bluster.
I love watching him when he's they televise these games, and I love watching him because since I know him so well, I know what he's screaming when he's going, and I can hear his words, even though you can't hear it.
That's funny.
He got to meet Prince Harry, so that was cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The Harry Prince.
Prince Henry of Wales, or Prince Harry.
I didn't know that.
Funny when what's his father? Prince Charles,
Mm-hmm.
Prince of Wales. When I was a kid, I literally thought it was like the animal whales. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's like Aquaman.
He is Prince of Wales.
He has
the
like
Wales will all do my bidding.
he has a scepter and a trident, and he's just like telling them to do stuff.
That's amazing.
Fetch me my dinner.
I want to be Prince of Sea Lions.
Whale with a chef's hat pops out. That's like a full 12-course meal laid out. Whoosh.
My mother told me that she was like 11 years old when she found out that feathers didn't grow out of the tops of Indians' heads.
Oh, I see. Feather headdress.
Thought they came that way.
Yeah. Prince of Wales.
Now
Roger, I
that
did
is a
want to tell
Len
you-
Peralta drawing, says Big Jim.
Yeah. Roger, I think of you every time I pick up dog poop when I'm walking my dog now because of our conversation.
Aw, that's
last
so
time.
sweet.
Oh yeah. I don't know what it is with this particular city, but it's like I know there's a lot of dog owners, and a majority of them are very responsible. But man, it's just like those one or two.
Well, it's the spam effect, right? Like the 98% of the dog owners can be perfect, and just 2% will cover the ground.
Well, that happens like any job. Like say you work with a good sized company, and like 95% of the people are awesome, but it just takes a handful of jerks to really make your work life a living hell because they're just there. Just it's hard to I don't know how the best way to describe it. Just one or two can ruin your entire day.
I think you could put that sentence on everything in life.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like just that one bad dinner that just totally puts you off eating out for a while. It's like what a waste. And especially if it's expensive, then you feel cheated. It's like I spent a lot of money for crap. Or like in an expensive piece of gear or article of clothing. Like I bought myself a $500 jacket. Oh look, it's already tearing at the seams.
Why'd you buy that jacket?
Because it was cool. Actually, no, it's not tearing. It's great. It just doesn't have the same lining as the other one, so it's a little cooler, like temperature-wise. But I just layer it because I'm in San Francisco. I layer things.
So I've been looking for somebody to talk to on my show about what journalism really is. these days. Maybe Andy's the right person. He seemed to have
Yeah, he'd be great.
a big passion on the topic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he's been in the business for a good amount of time. So
When what he got into there
experienced.
about people copying and pasting, and
Yep.
you know, because I get people who try to say I'm a journalist, and it's like journalist. What are you
No,
talking
you're
about?
not.
I tried to get Ina Fried, but she was always too busy. She'd say she could do it. Like, oh yeah, just call me next month, I promise. Never worked.
Yeah, and she probably meant it.
Yeah.
Knowing Ina, and she probably just couldn't. You know, she is crazy busy.
Yeah, I think I tried right around the time that Recode was getting started.
Yeah.
It's probably a really good time.
I tried to get Kara Swisher.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't go anywhere. She's like, hey, I'd love to, but I'm really busy. Like, all right.
Yeah. I know both of them from going to All Things D all those years, but
like journalism in general, or tech journalism in particular.
well, my reference is tech journalism, but I suppose it could expand well beyond that, right?
Because I think it's Sasha Segan over at PC Mag, but also who else do I know that is journalisty?
Well,
what about
loads of journalists, but like having somebody who
Oh,
could
you're really low.
say like I've been. Oh, sorry, I turned myself down. Having somebody who could really say I've been in journalism for forever. I've seen it through all its phases. I went to journalism school. Here's what journalism is.
Right.
That there's a lot of people who could do that, but there's a lot of people who could do it really, really well.
Right. And also somebody that I have some sort of relationship with that I know a little bit is fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Mm-hmm. Big Jim says Justin Robert Young. Is he a journalist?
Yeah, he went to journalism school.
Oh, he did?
He worked at newspapers.
Interesting.
He doesn't have the consistent worked for 30 years thing. It'd be the only part of my grand pronouncement there that he wouldn't have. But yeah, he and I both went to journalism school.
Yeah, I didn't even think of having you on to talk about.
No, don't have me on. I never. I don't consider this journalism necessarily.
Well, that's
this is
part
analysis,
of the question, right?
Right.
It's analysis, yeah.
And I didn't. I worked at Tech TV. I worked at a campus newspaper. Worked at a radio. I worked at a lot of radio stations. If you want to talk about radio, I've got more experience there. But I'm thinking you want a newspaper vet, like somebody who's been in the trenches.
Well, I think the main thing I'm looking at is, to me, a journalist is the person who gets on a plane and flies to Algeria to interview the guy. Not.
Well, that's a reporter, yeah, and that is the classic. That is the purest representation of journalism. There are other things that are still journalism that aren't that, but yeah.
Sure. Or, I mean, a firsthand review of a gadget that you write up a review and post it, I think that's a form of journalism in our tech world. But so much of everything that's out there now is just regurgitation of what's already there. And that's kind of what we're doing here and doing analysis. But a lot of them it's not analysis. It's just regurgitation. And it irritates me.
No, it's the difference between, to me, what we do is sort of like the op-ed columns. We're somebody who's taking what's been reported and putting it in context, adding information, giving you a chance to understand it better. And there's a place for that.
Right.
Then what you're talking about is the people who report, who find out what happened. What's interesting about technology is it's really not that hard to find out what most things happen, because companies tell you and they give you the product.
Give you a PR release.
Yeah. Where it becomes different is the rumor mongering. And I think in technology it gets out of hand personally. But yes, Dwight Silverman is Houston Chronicles, another good one.
Tomorrow is set. Should be exciting.
All right. I think I actually created a file that is listenable.
We managed to create a file that was a stereo. It was an interview we did at NAB, and it was stereo mono that was completely out of phase. So if you listen to it in mono, it was no sound at all.
That's funny.
Canceled
That was
itself out.
neat. Yeah, it was really, that was awesome.
That's crazy.
If anybody's wondering why my show is 11 minutes shorter than you thought it would be, that would be why.
These things happen.
I'm going to have to... Vominos.
Yeah, me too. I have to go to the dentist.
Oh.
No, it's just a regular checkup. Nothing.
It's a regular checkup.
You always feel like you're going to get a report card, right?
I don't anymore. I have a really good dentist, and I always feel like I'm getting my teeth in better shape. Because I also like rarely have to have anything done other than just the cleaning.
See, that's the difference between Tom and most
everyone else.
Everyone else. No,
I'm at
the age where it's worse every time.
I really like my dentist, but I still feel that way. Like when they do the X-ray, it's not like I think they're gonna gouge me. I just feel like, oh, I know I screwed up somewhere, and I'm gonna have
done more. I should have tried harder.
You know, it's harder for adults to get cavities as they get older because the enamel hardens, but you run into a host of other issues, related to, dental hygiene. It's like and even for me, it's not even the cost; it's just the time.
Oh, wow! Sorry, another Jay Martin just in the chat room. Disney Infinity shutting down.
Drops out of game publishing.
They're the ones who do the whatchamacallits, the little...
They're basically Disney's version of the Ambio.
Yeah. Skylanders.
Yes.
Oh, no. Skylanders is Activision's. It's what is Disney's... Disney Infinity is the name of the Skylanders thing. Is it? Skylanders-like thing.
Yeah, it's anyway. Skylanders, but it's Disney's version. It's their version of... Yeah. Skylanders was the first, and Disney Infinity was kind of their attempt at...
147 million charge in connection with the shutdown. Yeah, Disney getting out of game development. That's crazy.
Well,
I mean, they're getting out of game development Disney. They're not getting out of Lucas, though, are they?
Well, they're so.
But I guess they don't really do much there anyway. They shuttered LucasArts, so you're right. Never mind.
They're slowly shifting all their game production to third parties.
Yeah.
Like they're going to license, but they've been doing that for the past four or 5 years.
Yeah.
Like they've been slowly trying to withdraw from it because they want to focus on stuff they know they can do well consistently.
All right. Well, now that we've got some breaking news in, thanks everybody for watching and hanging in there. Thanks again to Andy and Otko. Thank you, Allison.
Bye.
We'll see you later.